All right, there are no public comments. Moving on to communications from the superintendent, Dr. Helverson.
Thank you, Board President Fuentes. Our first communication this evening is from Elizabeth Corral. She's going to give our student board member report, and this will be Elizabeth's final one solo, and then next time we'll have her and Zion doing one combined. We're so thankful to both of them for their year of service with us as student board members. I'll turn it over to Elizabeth. Thank you.
Good evening, board. I hope everyone has had a great weekend despite the drastic temperature change. This Wednesday, there will be a career fair for all students to attend from 12 to 2:30 in our field house. Over 80 organizations will be in attendance to provide information and opportunities for our students to help us with their future planning. On the 8th and 9th of April, we have the ACT for freshmen and sophomores, and then the ACT for juniors. A total of around 2,200 students took part in this round of testing, so congratulations to them. This year, we are starting a new tradition called the half cap ceremony. This event will be for sophomores who are currently on track with their educational careers. This is meant to celebrate the hard work and dedication of each student thus far and to encourage them to keep it up till the end. The ceremony will be held on the 24th of April, and on the 15th, the sophomores invited to the event got to decorate their caps courtesy of the sophomore class counselor. The NJROTC program held an awards night this past Thursday, the 16th. This is an annual tradition of the NJROTC program to commemorate the commitment, hard work, and outstanding leadership of our students with distinguished awards and to celebrate the change of staff as upperclassmen pass down their ranks to the underclassmen. It's senior night season again. The boys and girls track and field teams held their senior night last Monday, the 13th, against West Chicago. The girls badminton team is holding a senior night tomorrow against South Elgin. Next week, the girls soccer team has its senior night on the 28th against Streamwood. Boys volleyball, which is new to East Aurora, has its first ever senior night on Thursday, May 7th against Larkin. And girls softball will also be having a senior night on the 7th, but against Streamwood. Last Friday was opening night for this year's musical, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. The drama club put on 4 wonderful performances throughout the weekend with special guests at each, and even gave the middle schoolers an early look on Thursday of last week. One last time, I'd like to acknowledge all the students who have been a part of the East Aurora community this past year and who have made the culture more inviting and interconnected. These last 2 months of the school year have been and will continue to be very eventful for the student body. As of right now, we have 28 more days of instruction, and the seniors only have 22, so we have to make every day last. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Next, I'd like to turn it over to Ms. Brittany Walker for our community relations report. And Ms. Walker is going to remind me that at the conclusion of this report, I'm going to pause and allow our students and families to leave if they would like to, because I'm intending to do that. So all you little guys in the front there, if I don't stop and pause, raise your hand for me, okay? Promise?
Speed the picture, but
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. As you probably heard with our Pledge of Allegiance, with so much emphasis from our students, we have some littler audience members tonight. We're going to be celebrating them for their outstanding commitment to reading. And just so you all know, it's also National Library Week this week. But their commitment to reading, not just for the district, but across the globe. So this past March, we had our 4th participation in the Great Reading Tournament. Across the district, students logged an impressive, this is all students, 29,330 total reading minutes in a 1-month tournament. And that included 2,291 students across the district who actively participated by reading at least 1 book. Tonight, we are going to celebrate the top 10 students of the district who also placed in the top 50 globally. That's outside of these 10 students, a total of 55 students actually placed in the top 100 globally. So as a district, we did an amazing job for this round. The average student read 15.2 books and 206.7. That really is the number. If anybody wants to go ahead and give me a 6.7, you can. But the average number was 206.7 minutes read. This particular group far exceeded that, and I'll give you some of those totals in a minute. But our students absolutely did a wonderful job at completing 1,205 read books in English and 1,086 books read in Spanish. So that dual language program and just our bilingual community is doing an amazing job at all things in reading. The books that were read were also categorized by title and what type of values that came from those books. And so the values that our students read included responsibility, perseverance, teamwork, patience, and empathy. Those are the top categories of the books that our students read. And we love to see those types of things that will continue rolling throughout the district. So for tonight, I would like to recognize first I will start with recognizing our class. So we have a teacher here representing her class had the most participation in the district. So if we can have Miss Kerber come to the front. So she's here representing her class. Again, she had the most participants in her class across the entire district. And for that program, they are going to receive a gift card, and that is for the teacher, and each student will also receive a gift card from the program. So it's very exciting. Right, and as you can see on the board, we have 10 students that are being recognized, our top 10 students. Read anywhere from 33 to 106 books individually, and range anywhere from 436 to our top reader reading 1,134 minutes individually. So I'm going to have you all come up and I'll read your names as you walk up. All of the students that have your certificates, come on up. That would be Emily Navarez, Francisco Gutierrez, Alexa Gonzalez Salinas, Ana Dominguez, Sofia Bustamante, Alexander Rocha, Sophia Maya, Jaylisa Villarreal. Okay, you come on. Kelly Kakul and Uriel Herrera. Round of applause for all of them. Additionally, from this group, 2 students also won an additional prize for their reading. So can you please raise your hand, Alexa Gonzalez Salinas? She was she got an additional level of learning. She'll receive an additional prize. And Emily Navarez, raise your hand right here in the front. Emily Navarez not only was she the #1 reader, she read 1,134 minutes. She also is receiving an additional prize for a competition she was in. And she's receiving a certificate for 4 roller skating passes to Funway. So I'm going to have all of our readers and our teacher representative to come stand in front. We can take a picture with our Board of Education, but congratulations, applause for them while we're getting their photo taken. Yeah. Please come take a photo.
Oh my.
Congratulations to all.
And now Dr. Halverson is going to dismiss you all.
Ms. Walker, thank you for the reminder. Once again, boys and girls, congratulations. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for being such active readers. It's really gonna take you far. We're gonna pause real quick. Parents and students, you're more than welcome to leave. We know it's a school night. So we'll take about a 1-minute intermission here. If you guys want to leave, you're more than welcome to. If you want to stay, you're more than welcome as all. Let's give them one more big round of applause, please.
En este momento vamos a pausar un rato para si se quieren salir ya y llevarse a los niños para la casa, porque sabemos que tienen escuela mañana. Gracias.
Well, it's even worse. She puts on the phone. And you mentioned we work with logistics, like the delivery of that makes perfect sense. That's fantastic.
We looked it up.
That's a very unique thing.
You know.
Okay, we'll continue with our board meeting. Our next item under the communications from the superintendent is we have under district updates, C1, our human resources department will present their improvement plan. This is our second to last one of the year, and then we have our operations department in May. So if our human resource department can come up to the front with that team, we'd appreciate you guys coming up with your plan. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Tough act to follow after the kids, I think. Can we postpone? Good evening. I'm Dr. David Ballard. I'm the Associate Superintendent of Staff and Student Services. I'm here with my colleagues, Ms. Julie Swartzoff, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Ms. Amanda Sanderson, Executive Director of Human Resources, and then we have several members of our HR team. If they could please stand. They're shy. So Maria Santa Barbara, one of our HR coordinators, Marisa Mendez Galvan, one of our HR coordinators, Carly Frauenhoff, our data analyst, Eric Thorson, our desktop support, Vidi Bermudez, and Sylvia Torres Murrow. We have a few members who are not with us tonight, Vincent Soppet, our generalist, and our two receptionists, Miranda Palacios and Migdalia Torres. So wanted to introduce our team because they are critical to our work that you will see this evening. Thank you all. I said I used a clicker.
Thank you.
So just a little background in terms of just setting the stage. We deal with about approximately 1,800 staff members, 3 unions. On average, over the last few years, we will, throughout the course of the year, do about 400 intakes of different employees, and that includes certified staff, classified staff, department staff, per diem staff, which could include noon hours, substitutes, on and on. We average about 65 employee incidents per year we need to deal with. Our coordinators process on average about 325 course approvals for salary related advancement requests. And we average approximately 200 FMLA requests per year. So setting the stage for that, you'll understand why we picked the goals that we did to talk with you about this evening. In terms of our goals, there are 2 things that we wanted to really focus on for this school year. One is increasing our staff retention by developing wellness plans, negotiating bargaining agreements, enhancing our recruitment and retention pathways, and utilizing data and metrics for our staffing decisions. Secondly, we wanted to certainly focus on improving operational efficiency through enhanced utilization and implementation of electronic-based systems. That would include expanding the use of Frontline Central, expanding the use of our proactive recruiting, implementing a case management solution, and developing consistent templates and workflows.
One way we're supporting retention is through staff wellness. We've partnered with our employee assistance provider, All One Health, and we've added a wellness piece that provides employees with resources for healthy living and well-being at their fingertips, such as healthy recipes, exercise videos, and articles, to name a few items. In addition, staff has access to focused webinars each month, which can be viewed on demand. We started the new year off with a goal-setting webinar, and this month our topic is stretching and movement. Lastly, for Kane County Institute Day, we offered 4 wellness sessions for staff, which focused on stress management and overall well-being. We plan on expanding and publicizing these offerings even more in the future.
We have also made strong progress in our collective bargaining work. Our SEIU agreement was successfully approved in December, and negotiations with our AFT unit remain on track for completion before the end of the school year. Throughout the process, we have prioritized a collaborative and transparent approach grounded in mutual respect and problem solving. This work is critical to advancing competitive and sustainable compensation, while also strengthening trust and fostering a strong sense of belonging across our organization, both of which are key to recruiting and retaining top talent. In addition, we have expanded and strengthened our recruitment and retention pathways. This includes increased presence at job fairs, deeper partnerships with universities, and more intentional outreach to future educators through mock interviews and student teaching pipelines. We've also focused on strengthening the candidate experience from initial contact through onboarding so that individuals feel connected to our district from the very beginning. This work supports our goal of attracting high-quality candidates while building a culture where people choose to stay and grow.
Next, we talked about increasing staff retention rates, specifically using data and metrics for staffing decisions. So we had a goal of updating our retention and staffing dashboard for tracking staffing patterns. We are currently in the process of staffing at all levels, utilizing enrollment data in partnership with other departments, specifically dual language and sheltered for English programming. We have revamped and digitized our staffing process for all buildings. We've used spreadsheets. We've done a lot of work to do a lot of background sophisticated coding to make those spreadsheets work in conjunction with one another, with the goal of making that a more efficient and effective process for our building leaders and for our district leaders, so that we can make timely and effective, efficient decisions, which will allow us to meet the needs of our students, our programs, and our staff. Also allow us to look at posting hard to fill positions in an early way and to make good, timely decisions within the constraints that we have to work with, whether that's budgetarily, personnel, class size, those kinds of things. So we're really focused on using those kinds of dashboards and metrics to really be focused on making good decisions.
In the area of operational efficiency, we've expanded our use of Frontline Central. We initially started with our hiring paperwork and onboarding processes. This has significantly reduced the amount of time that we take during our intake meetings by about 80%. New employees are able to complete the majority of their new hire paperwork prior to their appointment through Frontline Central. Now we've expanded the use of Frontline Central to include employee name changes, resignations, retirements, and contracts. Frontline Central has automated many of our processes. For example, an automatic email will go out to different departments like technology, buildings and grounds, and finance, so that they know when a new employee is starting, so that they can start their tasks for that new employee. And we've supported staff with training and step-by-step guides, particularly for our hiring managers. By using Frontline Central as our hub for many HR-related tasks, we've improved consistency, reduced administrative burden, and created a more streamlined and user-friendly experience for our employees and our administrators. We've also expanded our use of Frontline proactive recruiting. Using proactive recruiting, we can identify candidates that have viewed our open positions on our website and send them targeted emails inviting them to apply. We can search job seekers and send email campaigns notifying them of new opportunities, and the system also seamlessly cross-posts our open positions. This helps us build a pipeline of candidates and engage with potential candidates during our recruitment efforts.
Next, as mentioned, we do on average deal with about 65 different, on average, about 65 employee incidents per year. So we have recognized the need to have some solution to track that information and have a historical record to do so. We selected a case management system called Guardian, which allows us to have a consistent way to track that information. It allows us to streamline incident reporting to track staff conduct, and it serves as a hub for employee discipline. It also allows us as an HR team to work with our building administrators and come alongside them and coach them through this process and to work in collaboration when we do have such reports. Training and setup occurred during the summer and fall of 2025. And we began piloting with Guardian with selected buildings in November of 2025, and by training as cases came on board, and we did that on an as needed basis, with the idea that we'll continue to update that on an as needed basis.
And finally, we've developed consistent templates and workflows for employee investigations and discipline. This work has established a people-centered, growth-focused approach that promotes fairness, consistency, and accountability, while also supporting employees in their development. By creating clear processes and providing training and ongoing support to administrators, we are improving both the consistency and the experience of how these situations are handled. This strengthens our overall systems while reinforcing the culture of trust, clarity, and belonging across the district. As we look ahead, we will continue to build on this work by strengthening our systems, expanding proactive recruitment efforts, and deepening our focus on creating a positive and supportive employee experience. Thank you for your continued support of our human resources team and this important work. We appreciate the partnership and are happy to answer any questions.
Thank you guys very much for the presentation. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next, when we go down to the next item on here, I'd like Mr. Ulrich to come up, the Executive Director of Grants and Finance, to talk about an opportunity we have for a grant to partner with the City of Aurora. Thank you, Mr. Ulrich.
Thank you, Dr. Ellerson, Board of Education. We are pleased to have the opportunity to partner with the City of Aurora to further support our students, family, and staff members through services addressing opioid use disorders and substance abuse. For your consideration, the district has been awarded $62,000 in grant funding to expand access to with confidential referrals, counseling, and treatment services through local support providers. These resources will strengthen our ability to respond to the needs of our community and ensure individuals impacted by substance use have timely access to the appropriate care and support that they need.
Board of Education, do we have any questions for Mr. Ulrich? Could I have a motion to approve a one-year grant agreement with the City of Aurora in the amount of $62,000?
Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Next, Dr. Ballard talked about this a little bit during the HR presentation, but Dr. Ballard, do you want to give a little bit more details as far as where we're at for a staffing update for the Board of Education, please?
Certainly. Staffing meetings have been held with the high school, middle schools, pre-K, and elementary. Elementary schools just recently completed their staffing spreadsheets after receiving results from both parent and staff surveys, along with updated section and student roster counts. We are currently placing staff into positions for next year while simultaneously reviewing staff survey preferences, longevity credentials, and program needs when determining these placements. Our goal is to prioritize filling positions internally or through attrition before posting and hiring externally as needed which is an effort that supports our current budgetary priorities.
Thank you for the update, Dr. Ballard. I appreciate it. We've been working hard at that. As we shared during the curriculum meeting earlier, registration numbers are really solid right now, so we have a good way to project what positions we'll need in the future. Next, I've got Dr. Amy Engel is going to give a brief update on our dual language as it relates to the registration and kind of the next steps for dual language at the elementary level. Dr. Engel?
Absolutely. Based on our recent registration data and that direct feedback from our community, we are continuing to refine our elementary programming so that we can honor that family choice and ensure that students receive the support that they need to continue to thrive as well. Our primary goal was to create that system that reflects the desires of the families. And we did that by analyzing parent preferences when going through the registration process. We wanted to make sure that they had the choice to directly select student programming, whether they preferred English and Spanish instruction or English only instruction. Based on that, we know that the district is really charged by our families with continuing to foster biliteracy through strengthening our commitment to that bilingualism and biculturalism. And we also know that we're charged with that fiscal responsibility of optimizing our staffing and sectioning counts. And we're doing that by really targeting 22 to 24 students per class. That way we have sustainable classroom counts, but we also have a little bit of room and flexibility when we have movements, because we know that happens too. And one of the other big charges that we've been putting forward is striving to take a closer look at that instructional minutes allocation and reduce transitions through some collaborative schedule discussions, and then hopefully redesigning and reducing some of those classroom moves so we can maximize the learning time. We are going to continue to host 3 different instructional programs at strategic locations across the district. We're continuing to host in various locations the 50-50 dual language model with the 2-teacher team, where half of the content is taught in English and half in Spanish. We have the 80-20 dual language program that will be hosted in some of our buildings with 1 bilingual teacher. And in elementary school, the students start with approximately 80% in Spanish instruction and 20% in English. In first grade, that transitions to approximately a 70% Spanish, 30% English. Second grade, approximately 60-40. And then by the time we get to 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, we're at that approximately 50-50 English-Spanish split. And then we also are continuing with the model that we have with general program of instruction, sheltered instruction, with an ESL indoors teacher supporting students who are receiving instruction in English, and then support for our English learners. And like Dr. Ballard had mentioned, they've done some amazing work as an HR team to really make sure that we have the information we need to appropriately staff our sections. And we've been working with building principals at recent meetings to give them a lot of support to take a look at the work that we're doing.
Thank you, Dr. Engel. Any questions for Dr. Engel? Okay. Next, moving on, I'd like to highlight the fact that we are right in the season of our magnet lottery. So this is an exciting time of the year. I wanted to give a brief update on where we're at for FIRMA and Johnson Elementary School for the 26-27 school year. At FIRMA, we received 133 applications and currently have 83 students continuing into 6th grade. For open seats, we had 60 eligible 6th graders, 6 eligible 7th graders for 2 spots, and 8 eligible 8th graders for 5 spots. Based on this interest and selection process, all grade levels at FIRMA are expected to be at full capacity for the 26-27 school year. At Johnson Elementary, we are seeing strong interest at the 3rd grade level with 103 qualifying students. In 4th grade, we have 7 qualifying students for 10 open spots, and in 5th grade, we have 6 qualifying students for 12 open spots. The lottery for student selection will take place this Thursday, beginning with FIRMA at 4 p.m., followed by Johnson at 4:30 p.m. All communication has been sent to families, and we are looking forward to hosting the lottery and welcoming our newest students, both Johnson and FIRMA. Any questions for the board from the board about the lottery process? Okay. Moving on, I'd like to highlight something very exciting, and we don't say very exciting in ISB compliance audit too often, so we're going to highlight that. ISB did a compliance audit on 11 individual grant programs, which included over $60 million in grant funding. There were only 4 findings and 14 instances were found across all 11 grants. There was 1 question cost of $2,800 for a timing issue with ESSER 3. This is the best compliance report that the district has had in years. When compared to the previous compliant audit done in 2022, which had 33 findings with 90 instances with multiple question costs. We are very proud of the District 2 auditors, Judy Freeman and Boba Gloria. If they are here, could they stand up? I think I see Boba there. I can tell you, when I was in the role of Executive Director of Finance and Grants, I had the opportunity to work with both of these ladies, and they really keep us on our toes when it comes to our grants and our compliance. So thank you so much for your hard work, and the recognition by this meeting is a testament to that hard work. So thank you both for that. Thank you. Next, I'd just like to highlight our upcoming events. Tomorrow, April 21st, we have our African American Parent Association meeting at 5:30 at the Resilience Education Center. This is our final meeting of the year, and I'm excited that we've begun working in collaboration with parents of some of the students in our district to rebuild the board for our African American Parent Association group. So I anticipate as we kick off the 26-27 school year, having a fully functional board for our African American Parent Association group, which will help us to continue to build out the needs for all of our students, our African American students, but also allow us to partner with our BPAC organization, partner with our special education parent group and our EA dads to have some of that consistency across the board. So we're really excited about that. We also have our Fine Arts Festival. This is our annual celebration, and we're excited to host this year's Fine Arts Festival at East Aurora High School on Saturday, May 2nd, 2026 from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have performances from the band at 9 a.m., choir at 10:15 a.m., and drama at 11:30 a.m. Visual arts will be on display throughout the atrium, and it is an open event for everyone in the community to come see the amazing work of our students throughout all grade levels. And then finally, we have our annual Special Olympics, which is Sunday, May 3rd at Marmion Academy. The district will be participating in upcoming Special Olympics regional competition on Sunday, May 3rd. This year, we are proud to have our largest group yet, with 70 student athletes representing 9 schools and 10 programs across the district, including East Aurora High School, the Transition Program, Simmons, Howard, Waldo, Krug, Beaupre, Gates, Hermas, and Dietrich. So a lot of involvement across all of our schools. Opening ceremonies will begin at 9 a.m. with competitions running from 10 a.m. to approximately 2:30 p.m. We are excited to celebrate the hard work and dedication of our athletes and look forward to cheering them on at this event. And Board President Cifuentes, that concludes my report this evening. Thank you.
Moving on to the consent agenda, item number 6. So motion to approve the following consent agenda as listed. So
Second.
any questions? Secretary call roll, please.
Reyes? Yes. Oliva?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, moving on to Finance and Personnel Committee with Ms. Reyes.
Thank you, Mr. Cifuentes. Good evening, everyone. Buenas tardes a todos. The Finance and Personnel Committee meeting was held on April 7th, 2026 at the Administrative Center. It's called to order at 5:30 p.m. There was no public comments that night. Dr. Engel presented us with the district's donations in the February 2026 financial reports. The committee, we agreed that the donations and finances were in order. We reviewed a proposed transfer of funds into Fund 60, the Capital Projects Fund, to bring the balance back to zero in alignment with prior audit recommendations. 2 resolutions will be presented shortly: the abatement of working cash and a transfer from Fund 20 into Fund 60. Because the transfer exceeds 10% of the fund, an amendment of the fiscal year 26 budget is required, followed by a 30-day public display and a public hearing on June 1st. The amended budget will also align beginning balances with the fiscal year 25 audit, reflect the Fund 60 transfer, update state and federal funding to actual amounts, and revise evidence-based funding from approximately $168 million to about $163 million due to a shift from Tier 1 to Tier 2 funding. The committee also discussed implementation of the Benetech platform to integrate benefits, payroll, and census data. This system will automate vendor reporting and improve accuracy ahead of the November 2026 open enrollment. The estimated cost is approximately $95,000, which is significantly lower than other options considered. The proposed kitchen equipment purchases for Waldo Middle School and East Aurora High School were also reviewed. Waldo's project is estimated at $88,884, and East High's project came in at approximately $40,000 under the initial estimate at $210,300
to the $306 dollars. Approval is scheduled here shortly with installation plan for late summer. The committee also reviewed amendments to existing contracts with Sodexo and Whitson's to allow participation in the fresh fruits and vegetables grant program. These amendments are required for compliance and do not result in additional costs. Contract renewals for both vendors for the 26-27 school year were also reviewed, reflecting a standard 3% increase while remaining below USDA reimbursement rates. These items will be presented for approval in a moment here. We also discussed issuing requests for qualifications for an employee benefits broker, as well as for liability, property, and workers' comp insurance broker services. These reviews are intended to ensure competitive pricing and follow best practices. Recommendations are expected by May 18th. Finally, we reviewed the proposed fiscal year 26 audit engagement with Crow at a cost of $91,500, reflecting a 4% increase due to evolving GASB and compliance requirements. The audit is expected to begin in late May or early June. The meeting then adjourned at 5:52 p.m. that night. And we do have a couple of action items tonight. 7.B.1, motion to approve the resolution abating $3,475,047 of the working cash flow.
Second. Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Valencia, yes. Cifuentes.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
Reyes. Yes. 7.B.2, motion to approve the resolution transferring $2 million from the operations and maintenance fund to the capital projects fund.
So moved. Second. Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Cifuentes.
Yes.
Valencia. Yes. Olivas.
Yes.
Reyes. Yes. 7.B.3, motion to approve the food service contract renewal with Whitson's for all elementary schools and Cowherd Middle School for the 26-27 school year.
So moved. Second. Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Reyes. Yes. Valencia. Yes. Cifuentes.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
7.B.4, motion to approve the amendment of the food service contract with Whitson's for, wait, did I say that one? No, that does say elementary and Cowherd. For the fresh foods, oh, that's the vegetable grant, sorry. So, 7.B.4, motion to approve the amendment of the food service contract with Whitson's for all elementary schools and Cowherd Middle School, including the fresh foods and vegetable grant for the 26-27 school.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Valencia. Yes. Reyes. Yes. Cifuentes.
Yes.
Oliva.
Yes.
7.B.5, motion to approve the renewal of the food service contract with Sodexo for the middle schools and East High School for the 26-27 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Cifuentes.
Yes.
Valencia. Yes. Reyes. Yes.
Yes.
And finally, 7.B.6, motion to approve the amendment of the food service contract with Sodexo for the middle schools and East High, including the fresh foods and vegetable grant for the 26-27 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Olivas.
Yes.
Cifuentes.
Yes.
Valencia. Yes. Reyes. Yes. Our next FMP committee meeting will meet on Monday, May 4th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. here at the Admin Center. And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Ms. Reyes. Moving on to Curriculum and Programs Committee with Mr. Olivas.
And Mr. Cifuentes, we did have our curriculum and committee meeting today, Monday, April 2026 here at the Admin Center. I will have a full report at our next regular school board meeting. Our next curriculum committee meeting will be May 18th here at the Admin Center at 6 p.m. We do have two action items here. Item 8B1, motion to approve the purchase of additional curriculum material for Sabbath for Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2 for 6 years in the amount of $348,657.60.
So moved.
Second. Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Reyes. Yes. Valencia. Yes. Cifuentes.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes. Next item, 8B2, motion to approve the purchase of Panorama Education Platform, in the amount of $75,000, 175.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Yes.
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 And just a reminder, our next virtual meeting, May 18th at 6 p.m. here at the Admin Center. That you just fine.
All right, thank you. Mr. Lofshay is not here, but Mr. Allen was going to give the update on the Building and Grounds Committee.
Thank you. Village Ground Committee met on April 7th, 2026, starting at 6 p.m. There were no public comments statement. First item on the agenda was the state school board RFP results. We did reach out to 4 vendors that were gained by the vendor list from the III conference. We invited them to a mandatory walkthrough to see the scope and of the project. 3 vendors showed up. Of those 3 vendors, at the end of it, we did receive 2 bids. Only 1 was on time, but we did add the second one as part of the evaluation process. We're also getting a donation from the foundation to support what we're having with this project. The other half we made up with district funds that we're asked for Dr. Randall and myself to work on to try and make sure to get that into the budget for next year. It'll be up for a motion tonight. The approval will move forward. An update was given on the Krug sewer line. We did have, as you know, we had a problem recently with the clogged sewer line in multiple locations. District and other employees worked hard at getting that unclogged and back working. It is in good working condition right now. There's going to be some more education by the principal of the building about what is flushable and what is not there to make sure we can maintain that. Additionally, the next item was the facility assessment RFP. We were asked to go to RFP on the facility assessment. We found out there's some legal stuff that we can't go out to RFP the same way we want to. Price is one of it. It's one of those caveats that they have in code with the architects and people in that realm. So the committee asked us if we go back out and see if we can get comparable quotes from other architect vendors. So we're in process of doing that. Last item was, or not the last item, the next item was ComEd PSCFA program. This is an assessment program paid for by our ComEd bills we pay every month. This assessment program actually will help us potentially qualify for grants. They look at energy efficiencies in large units like HVAC, refrigeration, things like that. We committee chose to move forward and let us go through this. So we are looking at that now, and we're working on scheduling that at this time. And in conclusion, we had work order summary, which maintains the work orders. There's always work orders being closed in pretty timely fashion. Our committee is doing a great job of getting the work done. In conclusion, the next committee meeting, the B&G committee meeting, will be on Monday, May 4th at 6 p.m. here at the Admin Center. This concludes the report.
Thank you, sir. All right, with the action item, we are going to table it for the next board meeting. Now we are going to move on to the executive session for the purpose of discussing pending litigations, negotiations, and the employment performance, compensation, and dismissal of a specific employee. Second. Secretary, call the roll, please. Yes.
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 All right, there will be action.
Shut off the phone.
for the report, which I'm gonna give her the report. And maybe she can help us.
Am I backtrack?
Not really.
Over time?
No, I got you. ¿Quién crees que le dijo que pidiera el reporte? A mí me habló y me mandó un mensaje y me dijo que
Motion to reconvene
Tiffany Lars me había
session.
mandado.
So,
Second.
Secretary, call the roll, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Pues me preguntó,
Yes.
pero-
All right, we do have two motions. The first thing is. Right. Let's see, section 11, so motion to approve the resolution rejecting the resignation of teacher Jay Shree Angel to accept another teaching assignment during the 2025-2026 school term. So move.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, second, action item, motion to approve the resolution authorizing issuance of notice of remedial warning to Roderick White, a tenured teacher in the district.
So move.
Second.
Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Yes.
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 Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Secretary, call the roll, please.
Yes.
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 Maybe no.